Diana told me I had to read some new stuff in order to stay relevant. So here's some new stuff.
Post it.
This is called All the Great American Poets Are Indie Rock Stars. All the great American poets are indie rock stars. All the great American poets are indie rock stars. All the great American poets are indie rock stars. All the great American poets are indie rock stars. I am an addict too. Each day I am a different person. Each day I am a different person. Each day I am a different person. Each day I am a different person.
Yeah.
Woo! Ow! So I wrote all of these like in the past 3 days. Because Diana told me I had to stay relevant. This is called As Long As We Keep Moving, I'm Fine With Waiting. The truth is, well, really, I'm just trying to make it through this wall. Floors are falling out from everybody I know, but sometimes that's a good thing. Yes, sometimes that's a very good thing. But the truth is, you have to be careful because you just may fall in love. You have to be careful because it's very possible to fall in love with the sound of the pop song ballads, clapping hands. And then in a moment of clarity, you realize those weren't hands at all. Diana told me I had to read some new stuff in order to stay relevant. I told her I didn't write new stuff anymore. Only old stuff. She said, too bad, too bad. I could be your suicide policeman, I say. I've had enough of being young and free. Let's not ruin it by being together, she says. Your mom and dad had the same aspirations as my mom and dad, I say. Your mom and dad had the same aspirations as my mom and dad. Can one tell when one loses it, or does one just lose it? Is it just lost? As long as we keep moving, I'm fine with waiting forever. Ow!
Swag.
I don't know if I should read this one.
Yeah.
Read it!
Yeah.
Done.
Don't read it.
Don't read it.
This is like a hate poem to Facebook.
Read it.
This is called We Are Wanting to Connect, We Are Wanting to Matter. Quote, my students tell me about an important new skill. It involves maintaining eye contact with someone while you text someone else. It's hard, but it can be done, end quote. New York Times, April 21st, 2012. We are together, but we are our own bubble. We are furiously keyboards and tiny touch screens. We are more for something that gives us less. We are quiet that does not ask to be broken. We are all furniture. We are all in the garage. We are asking each other things, but not expecting an answer. We can't get enough of each other. If we can use technology to keep us at distances that we can control. We are watching your ego run away from my ego, which is carrying a hammer. We are tempted to think that our little sips of online connection add up to a big gulp of real conversation, but they don't. We are asking each other for help only when we know we can give nothing in return. We are technologies that provide the illusion of companionship without the demands of relationship. We start to expect faster answers. To get these, we ask simpler questions. We are three powerful fantasies. We will always be heard. We can put our attention wherever we want to be. We never have to be alone. We are always connected, always alone, always peeing with the door open. When we are alone, even for a few moments, we fidget and reach for a device. Oh, by the way, the majority of the language in this poem is appropriated from that article mentioned before. We will go to sleep and have all the same dreams and stay so connected. We are spare parts to support your increasingly fragile self. We are the generation so flooded in data that we are lost. We are the generation so afraid of the telephone. At home, Families sit together texting and reading emails. We are thinking that if we get each other's references without having to explain ourselves, then surely we will make it through together. That was a really good article. Actually, it was in the New York Times, and it's called "The Flight from Conversation," and it was published in April somewhere. You should read it. It's really depressing. This is my last poem, and then I will introduce Diana. This is called "Poem for Dad." My brother called me up on the phone and said, "Hey, Dan, Dad called me up again. He's worried about you again, man. Isn't it about time you started doing something with your life like you know? Get it together, man. Pull it together. Get a life. You're going to give Dad a fucking heart attack, for Christ's sake." I am together, man. This is my life. I push around words for a living. I'm a professional word pusher. And if you don't like it, why don't you just pick up a dictionary, pick out a word, and go shove it up your ass, man? And I hung up. Let me point this one out for you. Nothing I write is fake. Nothing I write is true, but that one is a lie. It's the foreverness. It's the day my dad died and I'm not picking up his telephone call because I'm chasing a girl. It's the ever since that day my hands shake when I hold things. And I remember being little with my brother, not wanting to wake up in the morning. My dad walking into the room. "Up and at 'em, boys. Up and at 'em." And he'd come right from bed where he'd slept naked. And I remember thinking, what a huge fucking dick he had. And it would wag back and forth as he moved from my brother's bed to mine. No glasses on, liable to bump into any number of things.